Good morning. It is day 3 of the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Returning to testify again is Cassie Ventura, the former girlfriend for a little over 10 years of Combs. Prosecutor Emily Johnson is continuing to question Ventura this morning. She handed a drive containing photos and messages from Ventura's devices to Ventura, who is on the witness stand. Ventura said she reviewed what was on the drive. Johnson then submitted the collection of exhibits into evidence. Emily Johnson clarified a few points with Ventura's testimony from yesterday. She circled back to an incident that was discussed yesterday when Ventura recalled a time when Combs and his security personnel packed up and drove away after learning his rival, Suge Knight, was nearby. Johnson asked Ventura to clarify what they packed up. They got dressed and quickly packed up guns that were in the safe. They put them on their bodies, Ventura said today. Yesterday, Ventura described how she and Combs were having a freak-off at one of his homes in Los Angeles when one of the security guards came in and mentioned that Knight was at a diner nearby. Prosecutors are again playing the 2016 hotel surveillance footage for the jury. Emily Johnson is walking Cassie Ventura through the moments of the video after Combs dragged her out of the elevator lobby. Johnson played part of the surveillance video that shows Combs entering the elevator lobby and walking toward Ventura. The two are then off camera before Combs walks away. Ventura noted that when Combs walked away, her phone was in his hands. He took all of my stuff, she said. Prosecutor Johnson clarified with Ventura that she was referring to the altercation in the Intercontinental Hotel in 2016 when she said yesterday that she did not fight back against ex-boyfriend Combs. In general, throughout their relationship, Ventura said there were times she did try to fight back when Combs hit her. She said she did so more in the beginning of their relationship. I learned that it could escalate the fight more and make it worse for myself, she said. When she fought back, according to Ventura, it would make him more violent, make him stronger, make him want to push me harder in that situation. More updates in part 2. Part 2. After security guard Israel Flores responded to the hotel room following the 2016 altercation, Ventura testified that she was able to get her things and leave the hotel. She took an Uber to her apartment, according to her testimony. From the witness stand, Ventura read a series of text messages between herself and Combs from after the altercations. This is what the text read. Call me. Yo, please call me. I got 6 kids. Please call me. Yo, please call me. I'm surrounded. Call me. For my kids, help. The manipulation. The amount of manipulating this fool was trying to do on her. Outside of the power dynamic of being her boss, forcing her manager to go through him for everything, and the age gap, and the wealth gap. Child. Ventura also testified that she responded eventually. Put the robe on. She said she sent that because he was running around in a towel and I was just looking out. He again texted her and said, call me. Call now. Ventura said she responded again, telling Combs that she spoke to security and the escort had left. She told him, as long as you don't disturb the guests, they'll leave you be. Yeah, he's sitting there, he worried about all the wrong things. He's worried about image, but not how illegal and immoral and just dastardly his bullshit is, allegedly. Emily Johnson, the prosecutor, showed the jury 2 selfies of Ventura which she said were taken on the Uber ride home from the hotel after the altercation in 2016 with Combs. Ventura said she had a fat lip and was wearing sunglasses because, and I quote, I had a black eye underneath. Combs texted her again asking her to call him. He claimed the police were there and he was getting arrested. Call me. Cops are here. You're going to abandon me all alone, he said. Oh, the manipulate. Bitch, we don't care if you go to jail. She texted him that she had a premiere coming up for what she said was the biggest thing she'd done in her life so far. And she texted, and I quote, I have a black eye and a fat lip. You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you've done. Please stay far away from me. She's not wrong here. She absolutely is not wrong. Now, Ventura also testified that her friend was at her apartment when she got home from the hotel after the altercation in 2016. She was super upset. She had seen both black eyes and busted lips before, Ventura said. Her friend called the police. I answered a couple of questions, but when they wanted me to say who I was talking about, I would not. So they left. Johnson said Johnson asked why she wouldn't tell the police Sean Diddy Combs' name. Just in that moment, I didn't want to hurt him that way. It was just too much going on, Ventura said, adding that she wasn't ready. Ventura testified that she could hear Combs's banging, kicking, yelling outside her door, trying to get into her apartment later that day following the 2016 hotel altercation. One of his assistants also reached out to her to tell her Combs was trying to get into her apartment. The behavior outside her door, she said, was pretty normal for Combs. That is terrifying. The jury saw a photo of Ventura at Combs' home after she went there to do a movie fitting. She was dressed in a gown and wearing large black glasses. The sunglasses, she testified, were to hide her black eye. Ventura said she still had visible injuries during the premiere. I had bruises on my body that weren't completely covered by the makeup. I had quite a bit of makeup on my face, she said. The jury saw a photo of Ventura and Combs from the premiere event. Some injuries on her body were still visible in the photo despite makeup. Ventura reviewed a binder of more than a dozen photos of escorts she and Combs hired for freak-offs over the years in different cities. She said she typically reached out to the escorts to arrange freak-offs because it was her job. When she paid them, it was Combs' money, Ventura testified. More updates will be in part 3, which will be tagged in the comments. Part 3. Ventura testified that she tried to avoid kissing the escorts during the freak-offs because it felt too intimate and made her squeamish. She then went on to say, and I quote, "But Sean would request to see it, so I would do it." He a weird cuckold situation. It just gets weirder and weirder, like a glistening cuckold. Allegedly. In January 2016, Combs sent Ventura a text that he wanted to have a proper FO where they didn't take ketamine. He said, and I quote, "A successful FO is one we remember." Ventura testified that she preferred to take the drug for freak-offs because it was the most dissociative. Then the jury took a short 10-minute break. Upon returning, Ventura testified that to celebrate her 29th birthday, she wanted to go to a club called the Blind Dragon and do karaoke with her friends. But she said that Combs told her he wanted to have a freak-off because nothing says, let's do what the fuck I want to do for your birthday. Like some shit like that. That's how you celebrate it. You know, make everything about yourself, Combs, and then try to say you're not a monster. Okay. He does know we can see him, right? I told him that I wanted to stay out and celebrate with my friends, and in my mind, I just didn't want the burden of having to do that at the end of the night, she said. I just wanted to have my birthday. Ventura said they went to the Blind Dragon for a bit, but she said Combs pulled her aside so many times she gave up. It's coercion, Diddy. And for all of y'all trying to defend him, this is not consensual. Wearing someone down, forcing someone into a situation, repetitively suggesting it, that's coercion. That's assault. That's a crime. And we went and had a freak-off, Ventura testified. Ventura testified that Combs frequently threatened to release videos of her in freak-offs when he was mad. He threatened her with releasing the videos, usually when he was angry about something, or just really wanted me to fear, Ventura said. One time it was over her dating another man, she said. When Combs threatened to put out 2 embarrassing videos, she feared he would one day be mad enough to release them. I feared for my career. I feared for my family. It's horrible. It's disgusting. No one should do that to anyone. Johnson showed the jury a message Ventura sent to Combs in 2013, asking him to delete any videos from his phone, saying she was worried because too many people had access to his devices. She testified Wednesday that she was referring to videos of freak-offs. Combs responded that he already did and his iCloud wasn't on. All good, he said in the messages. Ventura testified there were times she was told videos were deleted, but she still saw them later. Privacy screens were added to monitors in the courtroom. While court was in a short recess, privacy screens were being placed on multiple monitors in the courtroom. Today, the sons of Sean Diddy Combs are in court today. His adult sons have been present this morning. His daughters have not been in the courtroom all morning. When more updates come through, I will bring them to you. But as always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section.